Um, Thanks to everyone for being here. Glad you could join us today. Are we streaming?
What's going on? Harry, will you ask to make sure we're up?
Yes. First item is the agenda. Are there any changes to the agenda? If not, and there's no objection, they'll stand approved as presented. Previous minutes were distributed several days ago. Are there any changes, updates to the minutes, corrections? Hearing none, if there's no objection, they'll stand stand approved as presented. Financial report, Allison.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Nick is out today, so I'm standing in for him. We had a great spring break last week, and at this point, we are up over last year's spring break. We'll know by the end of the weekend, but so far so good. Attendance was very strong in March, and some of that was due to events and school groups, lots of people on the ship in March and continuing to be. But events is one of our really great stories this year. Our revenue with events was up 52% over this time last year, and there's still lots booked, going very strong. There is a proposed 2% cost of living increase for state employees in the proposed legislative budget. In addition to any salary changes that PPDA makes at the start of the fiscal year, this will cause next year's salaries and contributions to increase. Departments are working on their internal budgets for FY27. We will be bringing that proposed budget to the Finance Committee and to the board in coming weeks. Attached to the board report was a snapshot of our actual revenues and expenditures through the end of the third quarter compared to the approved budget amounts. We feel we're right where we need to be as we head into our busiest quarter of the year. Our operating revenue is at 73% of what was budgeted, and operating expenditures are 66% of the budgeted amount. I will make a note that the expenditures may seem low. The agency spends the most amount of money in the first and fourth quarters, so that percentage will grow closer to the budgeted amount at the end of the fiscal year. And that is what I have.
Any questions of Allison? Thank you. Museum and education.
Good morning, everybody. Before I get started with my presentation, I hope will appear shortly, I have a very special announcement. Aaron, will you please stand? Joint Base Charleston, in collaboration with the Blue Angels, awards the Blue Angel Key Influencer Award every year to identify and honor a civilian leader whose work embodies excellence and inspires others to dream big. This year, Gunnery Sergeant Aaron Franklin received an honorable mention for his contributions to the aviation and educational landscape. Please join me in congratulating Aaron Franklin. Joint Base Charleston says of Aaron, "This nomination is a powerful testament to the significant positive impact you have on your community. Your leadership, dedication, and commitment to inspiring those around you has not gone unnoticed. We want to personally extend our gratitude for your invaluable contributions to the community. You represent the very best of us, and we are proud to serve a community with leaders like you in it." Wow.
Well, thank you.
Anybody who knows Aaron knows how dedicated he is, how hard he works, just what he puts into the Flight Academy. In fact, as Chris Hoff mentioned, he was literally teaching about 10 minutes ago, and he'll be teaching in about 10 minutes again. So, we are very proud and grateful to have him. Let me see if I can get my presentation up here. Can you guys put my thing up?
Well, congratulations, Aaron.
No, thank you very
Appreciate
much.
all you're doing.
Thank you.
Well deserved.
All right. Well, there we go. Okay, a couple of very quick updates. As always, I'll start with the Flight Academy. We've had 341 students this month, 67 of which have been our 3-point program participants. The spring cohort has almost completed, so we've almost wrapped up the school year for the 3-point program. Very successful. I'll be reporting on the year-long numbers at next month's meeting. And we've begun recruiting for the fall 26 cohort. So this is the beginning of next school year, and we have had 4 schools, and I believe it's actually now 5, have already committed. Some of those schools will be receiving 2 simulators instead of 1 because of the volume of students they intend to put through our program. So as I always say, the Flight Academy is just getting bigger and bigger every day. On March 25th, we were honored with Superintendent Ellen Weaver. She was able to meet with the JROTC students from Lucy Beckham High School. So those students were able to go through the Flight Academy and then meet with the superintendent. She spoke about a number of things in honor of Medal of Honor Day, and then together they went through a tour of the Medal of Honor Museum. So you can see there Ms. Weaver speaking to the students, and then outside of the Medal of Honor. That was a really great, impactful day. Education, we've had just under 1,700 structured 5th grade students, 600 enriched self-guided participants, and we're very excited to announce that the registration for our annual teacher conference has opened up. As of this morning, there's already 25 educators signed up. We anticipate that number to increase every day, and we are just so very excited to hold our annual teacher conference. It's so important. It's such an impact to the community, the educational landscape, and we're honored to be a part of that. Collections, lots of cool things going on in collections and special programs. There you can see our ship historian, Colby Kazi. There he's speaking at the Citadel. He spoke to the cadets and the general public before a screening of The Fighting Lady. And that's just a really great relationship we have with the Citadel. It continues to grow. And the ways in which the collections team engages the public at large continues to be really interesting. The Education and Collections team supported a foundation members only event. We had, there you can see Drew, we had activities for the kids, we had the Ask Me About History carts, and then on the right there's Joe Bosco, and our collections team was available for Q&A explaining about the museum and the ship's history, and it was a good time and a good night for all. And then recently we were able to meet with a Laffey veteran, Bill Duncan. He served from 70 to 72, able to show him around the museum and learn about his service. And Colby was actually able to do a 30-minute recorded oral history interview with him. And so we're able to preserve his stories from now on. So he was a really charismatic gentleman, had a lot of great stories, especially about the captain who served at that time. But you'll have to hear the interview to hear that.
Check it out.
In Operation Overnight, we've had just over 1,000 bunks reserved this month. That's my report, and I'll take any questions.
Any questions? Kenny? No? Thanks so much for what your group's doing.
Thank
Good
you.
stuff.
Thank you.
Development?
Congratulations.
Good job, Aaron.
I gotta go teach, sorry.
Good morning, everyone. While we're currently in our spring marketing campaign, the work behind the scenes never really stops and is all about charting the next campaign. So lately, Lauren has been doing a lot of work with Crawford as a rediscovery period because they re-signed as our marketing agency, and then developing plans for our next the budget, or the plan for the next fiscal year budget. So hopefully you will see these very soon. So our work will be coming to fruition for you guys to take a look at very soon. The meeting also gave us a chance with when Crawford comes down, we always want to show them things, to immerse them in what we're doing so they understand what it is and why we do the things we do. One of the things we're working on is on-site signage. As you walk around, you can tell that there's a lot of tired signs and a lot of opportunity just to increase awareness of our programs, our products, and what we do here at Patriots Point. So we're working together with them to develop not only a plan for what to do, but what guides the turning of those signs, what we're going to put where, how to market it, what time of season, what sizes, what branding, so all of that. So it's pretty much, once we do the work, it'll run itself, and we'll have somebody assigned to that. Patriots Point's 4th of July Fireworks Spectacular tickets. We've renamed it a little bit Spectacular because it sounds so much more fun. And so the Spectacular tickets, we broke a record for having the tickets on sale, the earliest in the season we've ever done it. which is great. We get to capitalize on the momentum that is building every day for SC 250, America 250. Everybody's talking about it, making their plans early. So our team worked really hard to get those tickets up, and I'm happy to say that we're at nearly the halfway mark for selling them. Despite pressures of increasing costs, we were able to keep the price the same. So hopefully that says a lot to our desire to support our community and what we do with 4th of July there. The team has done great work in developing content to promote on our public channels. Blogs include membership. It was membership month on the month of March. Social media posts connecting the Apollo 8 to the most recent mission for Artemis 2, traveling around the moon. So you remember in December 1968, the Yorktown was there to capture the first crew that went around the moon. Here we are, 60 years later almost, being able to do it again and being able to reinsert Pager's Point into the news about our impact of the space race, and obviously our awesome interview with Jim Lovell that we always like to talk about. But it was great to be able to kind of insert ourselves in the news story there. Other social media posts include Women's History Month, where several of our staff members were highlighted. A story about Miss Diane was our top performer, not a shocker. She's very much loved. And then also looking forward to next month, you'll be seeing some things that we did with a partnership with the River Dogs, Medal of Honor Society and Joint Base Charleston, with the River Dogs team visit here yesterday. Being able to connect that, their team loved doing anything from taking a tour to getting on the VR. We've got pictures of that to create a little FOMO, if you will, for kids here in the Low Country when they see their favorite baseball players doing those things. Our media relation efforts have earned a lot of coverage for Pager's Point this month. Vietnam Veterans Day, Medal of Honor Day, both received a lot of great press, and that's great for us. There's so much work that goes into those, and for that to just stop after the event, it's great for that to live on and for us to keep promoting our mission throughout the community to show what we do. And the events team, I want to end, just sometimes it goes behind the curtains. People don't see how much work the events team, the safety team, the first aid teams, the custodial teams, the IT teams do to support all of these things. Everybody is there working to make it happen. And gosh, Allison mentioned in her report, we've kind of been mentioning in the last few years that the whole business shift from daily visitors is still a huge part, but business is growing with events, and people want to be on the Yorktown. We've become kind of a premier events destination for a lot of things. So while some things like Operation Overnight we're working to boost, others are taking off like we saw planned. So much work behind the scenes to stay current with all of those trends and to do that. So that's my report, and happy to answer any questions.
Any questions of Chris? Do you want to make a note of Lauren's?
I've got that.
Okay.
Yep, thanks for asking them.
Okay.
Thank
Thanks
you guys.
for all your groups are doing.
Yes, sir. Happy to
Particularly
do.
communications. I think communications has been doing very well, very, very well. Second director's report.
Thank you. Yes, the Development Committee report dovetails perfectly into my report for y'all today. So I would like to, I don't really have to introduce Lauren, but I'm going to reintroduce her to you today because she is our new Director of Communications. Lauren, will you stand up, please? Sure. Tell you a little bit about her background. She's a marketing and communications professional with more than a decade of experience in tourism and destination-driven organizations, specializing in storytelling, digital strategy, and audience engagement. Lauren has served as Assistant Director of Marketing and Interim Director of Marketing and Communications for Patriots Point since October of 24, helping to lead branding, communications, campaigns, media relations, and content strategy. Lauren holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in journalism and mass communications with a major in public relations and a minor in hospitality, retail, and tourism management from University of South Carolina. Her background includes agency and public sector roles, including digital marketing coordinator and social media coordinator for Charleston County Parks and Recreation Commission and account manager at the Charleston-based ad agency Level Wing. A little personal information about Lauren, a Charleston native. Lauren was raised surrounded by the history and culture of the Low Country, a place she still proudly calls home. Her passion for tourism marketing and historic preservation is rooted in a love for connecting people to meaningful places through thoughtful, creative, and strategic storytelling. And that really does tell the story of what Lauren is bringing to our team. We have gotten to know her in her position as assistant marketing director, and then she's taken the interim role and just done a fantastic job. And we have changed the title. It was marketing director. It's so much broader than that. So she's the communications director. So I don't need to say welcome
Thank
aboard,
you.
but
Well, I just want to say thank you, and I'm really excited to keep continuing on with this team and working with you all on the board as well.
Right, thank you. Okay, and speaking of events on the ship, you all probably noticed it's that time of the year. Charleston Race Week at Patriots Point is underway again. And I talk about this every year, but I don't really talk about what Race Week is. And I had to actually dig in and get some answers to questions because the sport of sailing is pretty complex. So this is the 4th year that Race Week has been hosted here at Patriots Point. It is the 30th anniversary of Charleston Race Week, combined with our 50th anniversary. And if you have a chance, check out their T-shirts and hats. We are in all of their branding, and this year's branding has our Charting 50 logo on it as well. So we love the partnership with Charleston Race Week. Race Week's mission. They are a nonprofit organization, and their mission is to promote amateur athletic sailing for the public benefit. Their goal is to foster strong connections with the next generation of sailors, particularly college students and beginners of all ages, by making sailing more accessible and inclusive. They started on Thursday. They'll wrap up on Sunday. They serve 800 dinners every night. I'm not going to speak to how many dark and stormies they may serve every night. It's a fun event in the evening. They have 151 boats registered for this year's event. They have an average of 7 sailors per boat. They have 14 different classes of boats in the race. And I'm going to say some names that some people at the table will know, including the Melgus 24, Melgus 32, J70s, and a brand new boat this year, the J7. It attracts a large number of Grand Prix caliber boats featuring professional crews. 85% of the guests are from outside of this area. Attendees are national and international. This year we have attendees from Germany, Italy, Spain, UK, and Canada. This is a fantastic opportunity to showcase Patriots Point and the town of Mount Pleasant and Charleston as a whole to a new audience, and the tendrils of racing run very deep nationally and internationally. So people know about this event in sailing communities across the country. So we're so proud and honored to partner with them. Mayor Haney was really key in bringing this to Patriots Point, and we're just having another great year. They've got great weather, so that makes a big difference. And that's all I have today.
Great. Any questions, Allison? If not, are there any public comments? Seeing none, Chair will entertain a motion to move into executive session to discuss contractual matters.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. We'll move into executive session. Take about a 5-minute break.
where a
And
bunch
y'all
of
are
our
gonna
ships are.
send me. Anybody has any ideas for street names? Send them to me.
I'll just tell you one thing I would like to put out there for discussion later. But we have two great historic ships, and to name them after the World War II era skippers of both ships. Would be an idea. So you have the two ships, two names after the skippers.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
it.
Yeah.
It's a thought.
Okay. Okay, we're back in open session. There were no votes taken in executive session. Got a couple items in other business. The chair will entertain a motion to support the naming of the new aircraft carrier after the Yorktown. Is there a motion?
Yeah, I have a motion.
We got this motion here.
Mr. Chairman, members of Patriots Point Development Authority Board, I move that we vote to support the resolution as presented that would have us endorse and encourage the naming of a new aircraft carrier after the historic battlefield, Yorktown, and consistent with the legacy of valor of CV5 and CV10, that there be a new USS Yorktown carrier.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
Yeah, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
I know that not a lot of people left who served on her, but how are they going to feel if their ship gets they get another name like that? This is the Yorktown that we have, and it's the original Yorktown, well, the second. But are former sailors at all going to be upset about
I think their association is going to support.
Yes,
Yeah.
Pat,
Oh.
they have an association board meeting on Tuesday, and I've spoken to their shipboard director about this, and she's going to
Good
discuss
question.
it with them. That is good.
it? Oh, okay. Well, then that's great.
Good thought.
All right. Yeah, good. Thanks, Pat. Any other comments or questions? If not, all in favor of the resolution signify by saying aye.
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 The ayes have it. It's unanimous. All right. Chair would entertain a motion to offer free admission to active duty military, including National Guard, with an ID,
Current military.
if current military ID.
I make the motion that we amend the provision that allows for uniformed service members to have cost-free or free access to the museum if they are not in uniform but can present a valid current military ID.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any comments, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion to allow active duty military with a valid active military ID and with free admission. Signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
The ayes have it. It's unanimous. Thank you all for that. Is there anything else to come up? And this next scheduled meeting is the May 15th. So put it on your calendars, and if there's no other business, we're adjourned.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you, Pat. Yeah, thanks for the weekend.
I'm sorry. I'm
I don't want to do that. Like,
Oh,
Oh, and Gaffney. Oh, man.